Deep in a neon-lit alley where the rain smelled of miso and wet pavement sat Ume's noodle kitchen. Inside, the steam from giant copper pots danced around red paper lanterns that swayed like sleepy jellyfish. Perched on the wooden counter, right next to the toothpicks, was Neko, a small, battery-operated Maneki-neko coated in chipped gold paint. For 3 years, Neko's plastic arm had moved in one singular, tireless arc, back and forth, beckoning strangers into the warmth. To the world, he was a charm for luck. To himself, he was a prisoner of his own gears, wishing he could do more than just ask for things. Neko watched the world through the glass storefront, his golden eyes wide and unblinking. He saw businessmen rushing by with black umbrellas and teenagers laughing over steaming bowls of shoyu ramen. Every click-clack of his arm felt heavier today. He didn't want to bring people in just to fill seats. He wanted to tell them they were doing a good job. He looked at his paw, perpetually curved in a come-here gesture. Just once, he thought, his tiny motor whirring with a wistful hum. I'd like to give a greeting that pushes back. A palm-to-palm, heart-to-heart connection. The rain turned into a downpour, blurring the neon signs into watercolor smudges. That's when he saw her, a little girl named Hana, standing alone under the shop's eaves, her yellow raincoat dripping. She wasn't looking at the menu or the steaming noodles. She was looking at her own reflection in the window, her shoulders slumped with a heavy, quiet sadness. She reached out a small, cold hand and pressed her palm flat against the glass, right in front of Miko's counter. She looked like she was searching for a hand to hold on the other side of the storm. Neko felt a surge of electricity that didn't come from his AA batteries. This was his moment. But his arm was stuck in its factory preset rhythm, pulling inward, beckoning, drawing away from her. He needed to flip the script. He began to fight his internal clockwork. He waited for the red lanterns outside to swing in the wind, using their rhythm to mask his own struggle. He pushed his tiny plastic gears to the absolute limit, resisting the magnet that pulled his paw back. His motor groaned, a high-pitched whine that sounded like a miniature jet engine preparing for takeoff. The friction inside his shoulder joint grew hot. Come on, Neko, he urged himself, his gold paint shimmering under the warm shop lights. He timed the sway of the lanterns with the beat of his mechanical heart. Just as Hana began to pull her hand away, feeling the coldness of the glass, Neko gave one final, violent lurch. He broke the cycle. Instead of pulling back to beckon, he thrust his paw forward with every ounce of torque his little motor could muster. It was a defiant, glorious, golden lunge toward the outside world. The plastic paw struck the glass with a sharp, resonant snap, right where Hana's palm rested. The vibration traveled through the window and into her fingertips. It wasn't a beckon. It was a perfect, solid high five. Hana jumped, her eyes widening as she looked at the little cat. Neko remained there for a second, his arm jammed against the glass, defying gravity and engineering. For that heartbeat, the barrier between the lonely street and the cozy shop disappeared, replaced by the simple magic of a shared well done. A bright, bubbly giggle erupted from Hana, echoing louder than the rain. Her sadness vanished, replaced by a grin that could outshine any neon sign in the city. She pressed her nose against the glass and gave Neko a playful wink before skipping off into the rain, her yellow raincoat a bobbing sun in the gray afternoon. Inside, the shop owner, Ume-san, looked over and noticed the cat had finally stopped moving. "Ah, out of batteries," she murmured, reaching over to pat Neko's head before setting him back to his starting position. Neko resumed his rhythmic beckoning, but he didn't mind anymore. His gears felt smoother, and his golden coat seemed to glow with a secret satisfaction. He realized that luck wasn't just about bringing things toward you. Sometimes the greatest luck was found in the energy you gave away. As the red lanterns continued to dance in the wind, Neko kept waving, not because he had to, but because he was practicing for the next time someone needed a high five through the glass.